Good evening, children, summer opera camp, and patrons. My name is Brian Asher Alhaddif, and I'm the Artistic and General Director of Opera San Luis Obispo. Wow, what a time we are in the midst of. I want to just say how proud I am for all of you who are participating in this year's Children's Summer Opera Camp in the virtual meeting. I'm also extremely proud of our wonderful staff, and especially Marissa Bloom, who was able to transition a 22-year face-to-face camp to this virtual format. Enjoy the show today, stay connected, wear your masks, be safe, and we'll be side by side sooner than you think. From Opera San Luis Obispo, our board of directors and company, have a wonderful summer, enjoy the performance, and it's been a true honor to experience your talents this summer.
March 13th, 2020. Yesterday, our county decided that we'd be going into quarantine. I didn't even know what the word meant until today. Our teachers looked scared and upset in class today, and the rooms were completely silent as we sat and studied. No one dared ask the questions we were all thinking. Will I be able to come back to school this year? Will I get to go to our school dance? Will I get to perform in the musical I've been rehearsing for the past 3 months? Will I get to see my friends again? Will I take the tests I've been studying for? Should I keep working on the paper I wrote? Will I get to go to the tournament I've been training for? When someone finally did speak up and asked our teacher a question, all she could say was, "I don't know." Our teachers bid us a tearful goodbye. Then I gave my friends a hug before I went home and asked my mom the same questions. And all she could say was, "I don't know. What am I supposed to do now? I don't feel like myself without my friends." Oh, I'm afraid the school year's done, gone forever, my time with friends, never more to see my friends. No more schoolwork, no more plays, no more sports until next year. I'm so bored at home, but if it is safer, I will stay at home. I will school right here alone. Sit right here alone. Sit right here alone.
March 18th, 2020. I'm so bored. I'm staring at the ceiling, counting dots in the ceiling tiles board. I'm cleaning the baseboards in our house board. I'm watching the flies zoom around my room bored. None of my friends are online. My parents are trying to work online and are telling us to stay quiet during the day. I don't have any schoolwork since I'm technically on spring break, but I can't go outside or do anything. So I just sit here and stare at the wall while the TV drones on in the background, telling us that everything is shut down indefinitely. I hate that word. Indefinitely. It sounds like a nice way to say forever. I'm so bored. It's dull in our town since the place shut down. I do not see a soul downtown. I never thought I'd miss the life, but as I sit here in tears and strife, I miss all the noise, all the happiness, walking through town, nevertheless, where waters gushed, and fruit trees grew, and flowers put forth all forever. Strange and new, everything was strange and new. The sparrows were brighter than peacocks there, and our dogs outran the little deer, and honey bees buzzed on the breeze, and horses they ran in twos and threes. But now the town is so boring, so very dull, no exploring. The world stopped and we stopped too. And now I don't know what to do. To sit here, boring as before, and never get to go outside anymore.
March 19th, 2020. My mom went to the grocery store today. She wrapped herself in a raincoat, put on a heavy-duty mask and gloves, and wore glasses to protect her eyes, and went out. It was like a scene from the Hunger Games, and she was a tribute. 2 hours later, she returned home, and we all gathered around to hear her story. She said she waited in line outside the store for almost an hour, standing behind tape marks which were meant to keep people 6 feet apart. When she finally made it in the store, it was a mad dash to follow the arrows on the ground, not forgetting since returning to an aisle you already went down. Meant starting the maze all over again, and trying to staying away from people as much as possible. I remember when we used to run into the grocery store just to pick up butter, and we'd be home in the matter of minutes. What a strange world we're now living in. March 21st, 2020. Today I left the house for the first time since the shelter at home. It wasn't terribly exciting. I just sat outside in our front yard. As the sun washed down on my face, I closed my eyes and felt its warmth. I didn't worry about schoolwork, or my family, or my friends. I just enjoyed the sun and the wind moving through the trees. I felt at peace for the first time in weeks, as I sat and read and could look. I don't know how long I was out there, but when my dad finally called me in the house, my face was pink with a slight sunburn. It was worth it, though, to have a few minutes away from it all. The sun whose rays are all ablaze with ever-living glory. Yes, I enjoy his majesty as I sit with my story. And as the breeze runs through the trees, I feel a sense of great peace. With calm and joyful groove and boy, and all the problems do cease. The sun, he rules the earth up in the sky. I hope you know his worth for you and I. The sun, he rules the earth up in the sky. I hope you know his worth for you and I.
March 23rd, 2020. Today we started online classes. My mom couldn't figure out how to get me into the class. The internet connection kept dropping. My teacher was upset and unorganized. It was chaos. But I did get to see my classmates' faces and meet their dogs, cats, birds, snakes, rabbits, and chickens. We didn't get any real work done or learn anything new, but I enjoyed seeing people outside my family. I never thought I'd actually miss going to school, but I do. 35 kids from school are we, stuck here at home, wish we could be back in our class with you and me. 35 kids from school, I shared a photo of my cat. Talked to my friend in a private chat. Drew on the screen where my teacher sat. 35 kids from school. 35 kids who all don't study, just want to laugh at jokes so funny and want to see our favorite buddy. 35 kids from school. 35 kids from school. One little kid can't mute his mic. 2 little kids fighting about a bike. 3 little kids told us what they like. 35 kids from school.
From 35 kids, take one away. 34 kids remain and they cannot show on the video today. 35 kids from school. 35 kids who all don't study, just want to laugh and joke so funny and want to see our favorite buddy. 35 kids from school. 35 kids from school. March 26th, 2020. My parents were home puppy today. Oh my gosh, it's just the cutest thing. We played in the backyard and ran around, and we've taken 3 walks around the neighborhood already. He's so happy and energetic, and he makes us all laugh. I forgot what it was like to hear my family laugh and see my family smile. He has brought joy back into our house and has given me something to take care of every day. old sewing machine in her stash of fabric and started sewing masks to give away. Family and friends started sending requests for masks, and it was more than she could do on her own, so she recruited me to the ironing board, my brother to cut fabric from a template, and my dad to bag and finish masks. Neighbors have been dropping off fabric in elastic bands at our front door. One day, we made 25 masks in an afternoon. We're going to try and beat that record tomorrow and make 30. It's nice to finally feel like we're helping the community, even if it's in such a small way. And it's been fun waving to people when they pick up their masks at our front door.
March 31st, 2020. We went for a walk today. What's with all the eggs?
April 3rd, 2020. Apparently, there's a virtual egg hunt going on. I guess some lady in our area thought the kids needed something fun to do, so she started making giant wooden eggs and painting them. She put them all over her street. Neighbors then started making their own eggs, and it spread around town. Does she really think kids will care about some giant Easter eggs?
2020. Our family made an egg today. We couldn't find any paint, so we made one out of cardboard and construction paper. It was, janky and ugly, but it made my little sister so happy to put it out in our front yard. And I haven't seen her happy in weeks. Apparently, other states and countries have started joining the virtual egg hunt. That's pretty cool. That started in our little town and is now all over the globe.
2020. Today we drove around town for 3 hours and found 563 eggs. We are the egg hunt champions!
A rollicking band of hunters, we are searching for eggs. Look there, I see one of the tallest limb of that tree. Find them all for the glory.
A rollicking band of hunters, we are searching for eggs. Look there, I see one in the tallest limb of that tree. Find them all for the glory.
Found her searching for tulips or rose or rabbits hopping where lilac grows. 'Cause that's how all the egg hunting goes. Find them all for the story.
'Cause that's how all the egg hunting goes. 'Cause that's how all the egg hunting goes. 'Cause that's how all the egg hunting goes. Find them all for the story.
That's how all the egg hunting goes. 'Cause that's how all the egg hunting goes. 'Cause that's how all the egg hunting goes. Find them all for the story. We come in vans to search the town.
And when we find them, write them down.
Hurrah, 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 hurrah.
April 11th, 2020. Today, my mom decided we were going to make bread from scratch. We don't make bread from scratch. We have never made bread from scratch. The closest thing we ever got to making bread was sitting on this couch and watching the Great British Baking Show. But today, she decided we were going to make bread. And so she went to the grocery store to find the ingredients, and she pulled the last packet of yeast off the shelves, because apparently there's a run on yeast now. Then she brought home the ingredients, and we started making a huge mess in the kitchen. I kept sneaking a peek at the dough as it began to triple in size. It was actually a lot of fun. I might just have to bake another. I am the baking goddess of a baking show reality. I flour, butter, sugar, all of which I don't use sparingly. I clear the shelves of all the yeast in the grocery stores across the town. I know of all the recipes back and forth and also upside down. I'm very well acquainted too with proving drawers to rise the dough. I'll give you loaves of warm bread whether you are friend or you are foe. To make the rough plum pastry, I'll whack it with a rolling pin. Delicious. If I were on a show, then I am sure that I would win. If I were on a show, then I am sure that yes, I would win. If I were on a show, then I am sure that I would win. If I were on a show, then I am sure that I myself would win. I'm very good at whipping eggs to top my lovely tight Swiss wool. My spatula, it spins around to clean all the sides of the bowl. Enjoy with baking's vegetable, animal, and pastry. I am the baking goddess of a baking show reality. Enjoy with baking's vegetable, animal, and pastry. I am the baking goddess of a baking show reality.
April 14th, 2020. It's so quiet outside. Usually cars are zooming down our street and planes are flying overhead. Usually you hear the neighborhood kids playing and people talking to each other. Now, when I go outside, the world is still and silent. People are in their homes, and there are hardly any cars out on the street. And I haven't seen a plane in days. You don't realize how noisy we are until all the noise is stopped. When I go outside, all I hear is a symphony of bird calls. Their melodies rise and fall in simple, happy refrains, which I'd never noticed before. I like to just sit by the open window while I'm doing my schoolwork and listen to the chirping birds. They remind me that there is still some joy in the world. On a tree in my backyard, a little Tom did say willow, titwillow, titwillow. And I said to him, little bird, why do you sit singing willow, titwillow, titwillow? I wish I could sing outside with you, bird, I cried. Oh, but I am just stuck here at my desk inside, with a shake of his poor little head, replied, oh, willow, titwillow, titwillow. He slept on his chest as he sat on that bough, singing willow, titwillow, titwillow. And a cold perspiration besprinkled his brow. Oh, willow, titwillow, titwillow. He hopped and he jumped and a chirping he gave. Then he raised his wing at me as if in a wave. And he danced and he pranced as if this day he'd save. Oh, willow, titwillow, titwillow. And I feel just as sure that I'm sure that my name isn't willow, titwillow, titwillow. That the birdie was calling to me with exclaim, oh, willow, titwillow, titwillow. So I ran out the back door and sat on a log, and I stayed there all evening as in came the fog. And I sang to the birdies and even a frog. Oh, willow, titwillow, titwillow.
April 18th, 2020. I've been taking all my music and dance classes online for the past month. At first it was pretty awkward, taking a dance class in our living room and a music lesson in my bedroom, but now I think it's kind of fun. It's made me more comfortable singing and dancing in front of my family, and my ability to focus on the choreography while my little brothers went around the room yelling is definitely improving. Whenever I feel anxious or worried, I sing along with some of my favorite songs and dance around the room, and I forget about all the stress for a few minutes.
A virtual singer, user from Zoom and FaceTime to sing my songs in daytime and dance around my room. I sit there on my bed doing the vocal warm-ups and play drums on my teacups and plie on the bed and plie on the bed. A virtual singer, user of Zoom and FaceTime, and sing my songs in daytime and dance around my room. Ooh, and dance around my room.
April 20th, 2020.
We started going on walks around the neighborhood every evening. Mom said we weren't getting enough exercise, so we put our shoes and headed out. We've never walked around our house before. We usually drive somewhere to go on a hike. Dad has started waving to every neighbor, to people in cars, and to other people walking by. It's like a challenge for him to catch the eye of everyone he sees. He smiles at everyone. I was embarrassed at first. I would just look away and try to hide my face so they don't recognize me. What if it was someone I know? But then I started watching and people always waved back and smiled. Someone laughed a little bit. Others would shout, "Hello," from across the street and talk to us. They were happy, and he made them happy just by recognizing that they were there. And he was genuinely happy to see them and wave hello. Sometimes I forget what it's like to be alone during this quarantine. I feel like we have too many people living in our home right now. Maybe these people don't have anyone else to talk to or smile at. Maybe our daily walks are what they look forward to just so that they have someone to say hello to. I never knew you could make someone's day just by smiling at them. Tomorrow, I'll even smile too.
April 27th, 2020. I have a confession to make. I've been on a junk food diet for the entire shelter at home. I found a stash of Halloween candy in my room. It's now all gone. I went searching in our kitchen cupboards and found a jackpot of Pop-Tarts and chocolate chips and peanut butter cups. I made cookies a few nights ago and I ate them all. And ice cream doesn't even last a day or two in our freezer. I guess it's okay though, because I caught my mom raiding the fridge at midnight the other night. So at least I'm not alone.
I ate all the buttercups, all peanut butter cups, and a big tub of ice cream. I ate all the buttercups, all peanut butter cups. I am so full I could scream. I've sugar and Twizzlers and Skittles and Snickers. I've Mound Bars and Starburst and Pop. I've Whoppers and Sweet Tarts to restart your cold hearts, to make you feel you are the tops. So eat all the buttercups, all peanut butter cups. Come now, you shouldn't be shy. Just eat all the buttercups, all peanut butter cups. Go to the grocery and buy.
May 3rd, 2020. Spring is here. Every day, a new flower blooms in our garden, and we all go outside to admire and smell it. Me and my siblings try to be the first to spot a new bud or bloom every day, and of course, we're keeping track. Today, my family decided to work together in our garden. My brothers worked on building a flower bed, my sister watered, my mom worked on weeding, my dad planted some new plants, and I pruned our trees. We played music, we laughed, we sang, and we got dirty. Look at this. It's the most fun I've had with my family in a long time. Unfortunately, I have pretty bad seasonal allergies. The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la-la, with promise of merry sunshine. As we near the shower and cold, tra-la, we garden and we will be fine. Those roses they will be mine. And that's what we mean when we say that queen is happiness. Flowers that bloom in the spring. Cha-la-la-la, cha-la-la-la-la. The flowers that bloom in the spring. Cha-la-la-la-la, cha-la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la,
violets bloom in the spring, tra-la, bring pollen and sneezing and coughs. Choo! The lilacs and poppies and stalks, tra-la, make me so hoarse I can't talk, tra-la. But at least this tissue is soft. At least this tissue is soft. And that's what I mean when I say or I sing. Oh, bother the flowers that grow in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la-la, flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la, achoo!
May 11th, 2020. My dad bought a new game system for our house and we've been playing nonstop for a week now. We wake up, rush to finish our schoolwork, then sit on the couch and play for hours on end. We've finished 3 games in just a week now. Mom is worried we're spending too much time in front of the TV. She's nagging us to do our chores and clean the house. But Dad just wants to finish his work for the day so he can join us playing video games. I don't much care to scrub the toilet bowl with a big gross green brush in the bathroom that my family uses, so I'll flush and clean the tub and sink of grime and sister's blush so that I can get back to my gaming in a rush. To scrub the toilet bowl with a big gross green brush in the bathroom that my family uses, so I'll flush and clean the tub and sink of grime and sister's blush so that I can get back to my gaming in a rush. I'm in a rush, a big gross brush, and so I'll flush my sister's blush. To scrub the toilet bowl now in the bathroom of my family, and I'm cleaning the sink and the tub so I can start my gaming, 'cause I'm in a rush.
May 16th, 2020. Since March, we've been having family dinners on Sundays. Before the shelter at home, we would only eat as a family for holiday meals. We always had music classes, dance classes, sport tournaments, and rehearsals, so we would just eat in shifts with whatever was in the kitchen. But now that we're home all day long, we've been planning one big meal each week. We rotate who's the head chef each week, and that person gets to choose the meal, plan the shopping list, and boss around the rest of the family during the meal preparation. Then, once the meal is made, Mom pulls out the fancy plates and silverware, lights some candles, and we all sit down to eat together. I hope this new tradition can continue even after the shelter at home is lifted.
Pour, oh, pour the sparkling water, fill, oh, fill my fancy glass. And to make us more than merry, the entree bowl, why don't you pass? For today we sup together, pasta, peas, cob salad, pie, and cream puffs as light as feather. It's so good it makes me cry. Here's good luck the week ahead, though I want to stay in my bed. In my plate, oh now it's piling all the good things I can eat. See dessert and now I'm smiling. It's hopeful I'll fall off my seat. Here's good luck the week ahead, though I want to stay in my bed. Pour, oh, pour the sparkling water, fill, oh, fill my fancy glass. And to make us more than merry, entree bowl, why don't you pass?
May 25th, 2020. Today was my birthday. I woke up sad. Every year, I bring cupcakes to class to celebrate with my friends. Everyone wishes me a happy birthday and the whole class sings. It's my favorite day of school because everyone is nice to me and is happy that I'm there because I brought them cupcakes. I even always bring a few gluten-free cupcakes because my best friend can't eat the regular kind. But today, I was stuck at home. I'd see my teacher today online, but not my friends. My mom called me into the living room at lunchtime and told me to go outside. She had a surprise for me. I opened the door and heard cheers and honks as the street was filled with cars. My friends were hanging out the windows waving and cheering, and my mom came out and handed out cupcakes. She even remembered to make a few gluten-free ones for my best friend. I laughed and jumped up and down and talked to my friends from our front yard. It was a different birthday, but it was a good day.
Driving over streets and highways, taking my shortcuts and byways. Best friends coming to my home to see me. Best friends coming now to see me. Oh, how happy I can now be. I'm glad it's my birthday. Lots of signs and lots of cheering, with all my best friends appearing. With all my best friends appearing. Ice cream and cake and all good things that my mom makes and my mom brings in. It is just the best birthday. Ice cream and cake and all good things that my mom makes and my mom brings. It is just the best birthday. Let us honk and blow our loud horns till the neighbor comes out and scorns. Make me laugh and make me cry till we have to say goodbye. Make me laugh and make me cry till we have to say goodbye. Let us honk and blow our loud horns till the neighbor comes out and scorns. Make me laugh and make me cry a happy cry.
June 4th, 2020. Today my best friend is graduating. She was sad that she wasn't having a full graduation and ceremony and that she had to sit in her mom's minivan for the graduation parade instead of a fancy sports car. In secret, I called her mom and my mom and we formed a plan. I woke up before sunrise, snuck over to her house, and decorated the minivan with posters, balloons, garlands, and paint. I made a graduation lane with flowers from our garden and left them in front of her doorstep. Then my mom and I hid in the bushes beside her house. When she opened the door, we jumped out the bushes shouting, "Surprise!" And she screamed and started crying as she hugged me. I know it wasn't the graduation she dreamed about, and there won't be a big party, but it was definitely a graduation she will never forget.
June 15th, 2020.
The shelter at home has finally been lifted. People are slowly starting to go out and return to a new version of their normal lives. Things won't be as they were before, though. No one was left unchanged by the situation. But maybe we would change for the better. Maybe we'll be kinder, more compassionate, and grateful for things that we just once took for granted. Maybe, as we pass each other on the street, we'll smile and wave at complete strangers. Maybe we'll be able to give each other hugs and high fives and handshakes again. Maybe. One day, people will ask me what I was doing during the pandemic of 2020.
I was baking bread.
Doing egg hunts.
Missing my friends.
Going to the grocery store.
Taking online classes.
Enjoying the sunshine.
Eating cookies.
Wearing masks.
Taking walks.
Being bored.
Taking online voice lessons.
Celebrating my birthday.
Making family dinners.
Playing with my puppy.
Graduating.
Gardening.
Listening to the birds.
Playing video games.
Making masks.
Working with.
Awesome.
Kids.
Writing an opera.
And singing.
Ella Pierce.
Lauren Hatfield.
Amelia Wood.
J.C. Miller.
Lunabella Levin.
Zoe Smiley. Elizabeth Adams.
Cole Sieber.
Jazz Seaberg.
Elizabeth Umfenauer.
Sarah Corman.
Chrislyn Purdue.
Diego Rippins.
Bob Myers. Lily Schroyer.
Orion Slaughter.
Owen Rippins.
Ainsley DeCosta.
Delaney Tanner.
Serene Kimball.
Danielle McNamara, vocal coach.
Rebecca McKinley, vocal coach.
Kimberly Gutierrez, opera camp counselor.
Marissa Bloom, camp director and writer.